Mm.
So would you like to be the asker or the askee to begin with?
I'll be the asker.
Go for it.
Which side?
That one.
Oh, it's the harder to get to. Okay, I think this is a kind of random one.
Okay.
Based on the icon on the top, based on the little symbol. And the question is, would you rather travel into space or deep into the ocean?
Oh, that's an easy one for me.
Yeah?
Well, do you think it would be for you? Do you know what I would say?
I think you'd travel into space.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, that's just the first intuition that came to me.
I do like Star Trek and all space travel.
Yeah.
But I think I have such an interest in the natural world and what goes on in it.
Yeah.
I'd rather get closer to this planet than experience what's beyond.
That makes sense, yeah.
I've also really always loved David Attenborough's, like his documentaries where all the luminescent fishes and the stuff that lives in the deep, there's life there. Whereas I think in the universe it's quite, as far as we know, stark and empty.
Yeah. Well, when I think about it, it makes sense that like you'd lean more into life.
I'd also love to see, those the vents where there's like cyanobacteria and stuff, like the red algae and stuff I learnt about in my course, because I feel like that would be like a once in a lifetime experience that I couldn't replicate in that way. So space. But for me I love life, and I think maybe if I knew I was going to meet an alien, that'd be a bit different.
Well, it's less likely, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just think that moment, like I could look in the eye of like potentially an underground squid that might never have seen another human being, and have that moment of connection between me and them that could never be replicated.
Yeah.
I think I've noticed that connection matters more to me than the view of something, even when I find it beautiful. Like those experiences stand out for me.
I think it's a good answer, because when I read that question, I think I saw it just before when we were sort of going through some of the cards, and I thought to myself, that's the same question to me, that's the same scenario.
Oh.
It might be something about where I am today, but like to me both of those scenarios are like you're stuck somewhere and you can't interact, and it's lonely and it's claustrophobic.
And they do have those elements, definitely.
But I think you're right, like that's the point of the question, isn't it, in a way? It's like there are these two conditions that are similar, and would you rather put yourself in the way of connection with some other things, because it is entirely more likely that you're going to meet something in the deep,
You will have
in the
something
deep blue.
swim past you. Or,
Yeah.
I'd hope so. That would be really quite sad if you went all the way down to the bottom and all the way up and saw nothing.
Yeah.
But there would, even
It
if you
would be
didn't see it,
unlikely.
you'd know it'd be there somewhere
Yeah.
around you.
Absolutely.
Great. What would you choose? I'm just curious now. I probably want you to answer all the questions as well. Are we allowed to do that?
You can do whatever you want.
Not always, but I am interested in what you would choose.
It might be the same with all of these questions, that I want more conditions, that I'm like, but how long would I be allowed to be in space for?
Well, you get to decide, don't you?
I think it's the same, like, I always did as a child want to go into submarines. Like, that would always have been a fantasy of mine. To go deep down into the ocean. And I think you're right, I think you'd see more.
Different, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd choose that one as well.
Cool.
Yeah,
Or we could do it together then.
absolutely.
Okay, so just checking. So after that, I pour it because I was asked. And then I pick one for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick whatever one I can touch. think this might be easy because I don't think you keep these, but after you've died, what would you like done with your social media accounts?
Yeah, just get rid of them. What it makes me think of is, in a way, it's nice that people's social media accounts become epitaphs for them, and you get people leaving messages on them and stuff. But I have enough trouble keeping up with the birthday messages that I get, like, because I keep it out of my life. And the mindless scrolling that I tend to do tends to be on YouTube.
So what would we need to do, like a YouTube? Best bits of Criss.
Well, I might end up having a professional social media thing, but again, that would be sort of like meaningless
without you there
for me to have, after I exist. So I think there's probably...
Meaningless for you?
Yeah, meaningless for me in terms of what I'd want done
Yeah.
with that stuff after I die. I don't really mind what's there. I haven't built anything strong enough on there
You're not really a social media person,
to care about it. No. But what it does make me think of is when I've known about people, YouTube personalities who are passing away, and that's happened to me twice, where people that I follow for kind of basic reasons and quite basic entertainment have sort of like either their friends and family have said after they've died or something, or one person had put a last sort of goodbye and a final message on there. So if I was active on social media, I might be tempted to do something like that if I knew that I was going.
To let people know.
Yeah. I might be tempted to use it in that way. But once I'm gone, I don't really mind what people do with it.
It's good to know.
Yeah. How about you?
So I use social media a bit more than you. And I definitely have an intention, and I've found out sometimes about people in my network that have passed through social media. So I actually think it's pretty important based on how we stay connected to friends nowadays, because it's not so much in person or via text or like the newspaper announcements or something. Like there's some people who only know what I'm up doing because of what we've put on social media. So for me, I definitely think the thing you said, it would be nice that someone let people know so that people who I have, because you never know, that's the thing, like I don't think everyone knows the level of relationship I have with everyone. So putting it in the spaces where people engage with you, you know, send it around work, you know what I mean? Let your friends and family know. It's like, I suppose, just one of the channels.
Yeah, it used to be in the newspaper or something, didn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it still is for some people, but like, it's the way people get to learn about it. And it just happens, doesn't it? Almost, I think.
I also think it's become a bit like, you know, we don't necessarily go and visit people's gravesides anymore because we're not all in the same town or places. But I felt, so when I lost a friend of mine a couple of years ago, when I've missed her, I've gone back to her social media page just to see other people who missed her, a bit like going to visit where the flowers were placed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those moments, it's kind of like, oh, I'm not alone in my grief for this person. I can see other people miss them too.
Yeah.
So, and also I'm quite proud of my life, so I wouldn't want it to disappear in case anything in there was of value to someone else. A shared memory, a photo I put up, an experience.
Well, it's like that,
there's parts of our life that are on there, you know.
But you have actively curated that place to some extent, where I've been actively neglecting it for a few years. Yeah. Yeah. It's like how much of you is there, or how much of the ephemera of you is there.
I don't think much of me is, but I think it's a portal, it's a way people can contact me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only ever a little bit of us, but it's I don't know where those people who were in contact with me there would go to say, because they don't know my friends, they don't necessarily know you. Like, so where would they express their feelings? So I'm looking at for once I'm dead, I'm not going to be there. But what about all the people who knew me? And what would they say, and how would they get a chance to express how they felt?
Yeah, of course, you're thinking of them.
Yeah. So yeah, I think leave them there. Let people know if I'm having a funeral or a party. You know me, parties.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably have a nice time. Colours. Do some sort of growth experience for people. Reflective writing.
I know where I'd go to remember you.
Where would you go?
It would be that little aspen
Oh, you're right.
forest. Yeah, or aspen tree, singular aspen organism.
I mean, it's very special to me. So yeah, that would be cool. I'm glad you know that space. I don't know where I'd go to remember you. You're in that space. We've had memories in that space, some art that you've done.
You just remember me when you walk past scruffy looking dustbins.
I do. Your love of photographing strange spaces.
Yeah, you'd find me in the neglected urban environment.
I do all the time. I'm
yeah.
Like, oh, look at this neglected thing. Reminds me of you.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like, that's where I'd expect to be remembered by people, and in other idiosyncrasies.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad we know that about each other. But yeah, it's true, that is how I would remember you. Okay.
It's got a tree on it.
That's history, right? Legacy.
What's your favourite thing to do on a Sunday afternoon?
Oh. Ooh. I think I love the Sundays where like all your housework's already done, so you're not having to use it to catch up. Where there's like sunshine coming in through the window. You didn't go out late last night, so you wake up and you're like, it's all cozy and warm. Coffee in bed, read, journal. Read one of my books that I'm all excited about at the moment and start having a million ideas. And then I think have brunch out. Go for a big, long walk. I just live around here, you know, whether it be the canals, the water park, the woods, grab a coffee, wander, go for a drink, go for a Sunday lunch. And then just be with people and go home. I like quiet. I like the restfulness. I like the rhythm of a quiet Sunday. Like, and I like that it doesn't take a lot because I enjoy my life as it is. It's just about having the space to just do a full day that's just restful and takes in the quality that I already have in my life. I don't have to generate anything. It's just there.
Yeah.
Like go see Kane, have coffee, you know, like get my coffee, like see all the little people along the way.
Absolutely. And the weather would be a little bit like this.
Yes. I do think it's better on a sunny Sundays are better than the rainy, wet ones.
I love a Sunday of very loose plans.
Yeah.
I love a Sunday roast. I love an afternoon beer on a Sunday. That'd be great. Morning coffee, breakfast, reflections. I like that. I like going into the idea of easy reflections and thinking like, for whatever reason today I'm like, screw that. I can't be bothered journaling.
Yeah.
But I know that in a certain world, in a certain place, when I'm in it, I would really love that. I'd really love to rest on a page like that.
So you've got that space to enjoy it, isn't it?
The spaciousness, yeah. And the coffee is important. Yeah.
So would that be yours? Or is that you just
I can't just steal yours, can I? Like, but I can be
it
more,
might be that good.
I can be more specific now. I'm imagining, like, and I can only say what I feel like right now.
Yeah.
And now I'm imagining times I've walked down the canal.
Yeah.
and just had that kind of spacious thought, that spacious quality of thought available to me when it's clear, expressive, playful, compassionate, and like knowing why I value the things that I value and reflecting on that. A Sunday full of gratitude doesn't really even matter what I'm actually doing. Could be doing as little as possible. Probably doing as little as possible is what I want to be doing, and loving it.
Yeah.
Just loving how free that is. Being as present as possible, doing as little as possible.
Nice. I like that.
Mm.
I'm enjoying knowing these things about you as well. I'm glad we're not doing it alone. Okay. Think of someone who has hurt you. Is there anything you'd like to say to them right now?
I might not answer that question right now.
Do you want to use one of your cards?
What, sorry?
What was it? The yellow, you reverse it round, and the red.
Do you want to answer that question? I'll play I could play a red card or a yellow card.
Yeah.
I'm not going to answer it. Do you want to answer it?
I can answer it. I don't have any, is this the way I like to say it right now? Do you know what? I've said everything to the people who've hurt me.
Yeah.
There's nothing, unsaid for me.
Yeah.
It'd just be kind of regurgitating stuff. So I don't have anything to express. Do you have anything I'd like to say to them? I don't know, hurt's an interesting one, isn't it? Because I think there's always, if you're hurt by someone, something or someone, that means that there feels like there's a imbalance there that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I think part of the reason I'm not saying anything is because I don't want to put anything out there that's for me.
Yeah.
Or another person. Yeah. It's about my hurt. I am hurt right now. You and I know this. This morning I'm particularly hurt. And
yeah, I think that sounds wise.
So I wouldn't say anything for a public sphere right now about my hurt or the way I've been hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I'm the same and I think, yeah. Okay, so should we leave that one?
Yeah.
Would you like me to give you another one?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, what is the most wildly inappropriate thing a person can do at your funeral or celebration of life service?
Oh, man. I've been in funerals. I'm going to name some of the things that have been done in funerals that I've been at. I heckled my brother during his speech.
At your dad's?
At my dad's funeral. Yeah. And that doesn't seem wildly inappropriate. It seemed entirely appropriate to me at the time.
Everyone... Yeah, I can imagine it.
And we played cricket to celebrate his life. And then my sister poured a can of Newcastle Brown onto my dad's coffin in the open ground as a libation. Yeah. So it's quite... It's hard to imagine what's inappropriate. Is that the question? What's
the most wildly inappropriate thing a person can do at your funeral? What would you find inappropriate?
I think it's no holds barred at a funeral. I remember hearing it on the day of my dad's funeral and thinking, this is our funeral. This is my funeral.
So you'd want people to own it, whatever it is.
Yeah. If they love me, which they do because they're at my funeral, however they're grieving, I think they'd know I'd be like, yeah. And if it's funny, all the better as well, in a way.
Yeah, you're quite irreverent with those things. See what comes. Because there'll be a reason for it. What you're saying is that it's not just going to be no reason. You're not bothered about, doing the right thing and what other people think.
No, I'm certainly not. And I'm kind of against that at all costs.
Because what do you value?
Yeah. So I guess the most inappropriate thing that a person could do at my funeral would be to blindly follow a tradition.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Just go through the motions.
Yeah.
And
Like
treat it like it's any other funeral.
If people are wearing black and just doing that for the sake of it, as opposed to because it's chic and it looks cool, for instance.
Okay. Now we know.
So behaving normally and ritualistically, following ritual blindly,
For the sake of it.
yeah, I'd find that wildly inappropriate and disappointing.
You'd want them to treat it as unique to you.
Yeah, and unique to them, and what our relationship, what our connection meant to them, and how they mourn.
Cool if you thought about that before until this question.
Yeah, I've not thought about it, about my own funeral.
I mean, it makes sense with what you've shared with me, but it's kind of good to know, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we're ever in the position of knowing those things.
Yeah.
I think I'm similar, by the way. I think I'd be, I mean, not that you're there to pay attention to it, but I'd be more annoyed if it was just a generic experience for people.
Though those things that I've described about my dad's funeral sound wild, they felt entirely appropriate.
To your family
yeah,
and him.
At that time and in that moment. No one was like, that's weird. It was all like, yes, of course. Yes, yes.
Because if you knew the person. I actually went to a funeral once. It was like a relative of a family member. The partner of mine, his family member. And the person who did the funeral didn't know the person, and you could tell. And that felt inappropriate. Like at their funeral, a person doing a speech about them. You know, where like they've read stuff out, but it's not quite right. None of it is them. Like, oh, that's not that person. It feels jarring. And I remember afterwards, we didn't go with all the other people to the wake. We went to a pub, just a small group of us, and actually talked about the person. And that felt like the funeral more than the actual funeral, because that felt not real. It felt like someone who didn't know them was talking about them in this generic way.
Yeah.
That felt like that version that you're talking about.
Maybe there was a time when priests and like celebrants, I guess, or whatever, could have had personal relationships with people more often, and they could be the orators.
Yeah, because they'd know the people.
That other people couldn't. But I think increasingly, like, the people who are known to the people who died are the ones who need to speak about them, because we do get a cookie cutter sort of account, and that's what it was like at my mum's and my dad's funerals a little bit. You know, it was everything that we'd done as a family around that that was actually commemorative of them.
Yeah.
Commemorative.
Yeah, I'm thinking of my brother's funeral, which was obviously only last year.
Yeah. And
how weird it was to, like, so obviously it was someone who did know him, but also someone not who'd grown up with him. He was more, so he was the partner of our, like, he didn't know him as closely as the rest of us, but no one in my family was able to articulate and do that role.
It was his partner who spoke.
It was Terry, so
Amy's partner,
who did the whole service. He's very good at it, though.
Right.
But what I found hard was that the stories he was telling, he wasn't there when they were happening.
It was just,
do you know what I mean?
It was just the case that he was kind of the best speaker. So.
But also just the one capable in our family, because everyone was not dealing with that one very well.
Yeah.
And then I spoke and did my little poem thing all about my brother. But that was the bit that I know got to everyone, because I was talking about not the stories of that person. Like, I'm still saying he did a really, really good job, but it was,
well, I think you know him, and you were bearing part of yourself.
Yeah, and I was crying my eyes out, and it was hard, but it was still like, for me, that was what it was about. When I spoke, I was speaking about my relationship with that person and all that was for me. And it was hard doing that publicly, but it was also the bit that I felt needed to be in there too. Like, that needs to be in there as well. I look emotional.
Yeah, just feeling for you and your brother.
Yeah, it's a hard time.
Mm.
Thank you.
Do you have someone in your life you've decided is responsible for making healthcare decisions on your behalf?
I don't actually. No. I was getting there with a friend of mine a while back. As you know, I'm not very close with my family. So, yeah, with one of my mates, we'd got to that point because I thought they knew me well enough to know what I'd want in that situation. But no, and that's a shame for me. I think I'd trust between my friends for them to work it out. I'd hope they'd all talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope if I was in hospital, I hope you talk to like Jem and people in my friendship group and my family as well, and just kind of figure it out. Like between you all, you know me well enough to know what I'd want in those situations. I hope. If we're talking about if I'm not in a position to make my own life choices in that moment, right?
I would think so.
Like I'm like.
Yeah. No,
So,
I'm not just like, no more crisps for you right now.
we're making bad life choices for her. No. Yeah. No, I think that's a hard one because I'm single at the moment. So normally it's your partner or it's a parent. Because I'm not as close to my parents, I think that's the challenge. I guess you're probably the closest person to that for me. I haven't officially asked you though. So, fine.
It's hard to even let your wishes be known, isn't it? Like until you're at a certain point in that life.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, if I don't wake up from this, I know I'm not gonna do well if someone tries to revive me with where I'm at right now. I'm not saying this now, but like if I'm like at a point of illness in my life and I'm like, I'm okay now. But if I go under and my body suffers the trauma of being brought back to life violently, that's a thing that an ongoing relationship kind of covers a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, because you'd know.
Yeah.
Going into that, I'd listen and you'd listen if we were going through that.
Yeah.
I also just think, I don't know about you, but I feel like other than if we're in that situation where you think like, give me some time. If I go into like a coma, I'm pretty strong and awesome. So give me some time to fight back. I know
you're quite like your inner world as well.
Yeah.
I sort of become increasing, like I heard a thing about a woman not killing a deer recently when it was a thing on a spiritual podcast, and it was this woman had found this deer and it had been run over.
And we've always been told the compassionate thing is to
shoot it in the head or something.
To end its suffering.
And there was a farmer there with her offering to do that very thing. But in that moment, she felt as if, I guess she was under the belief that she was speaking in communication with Gwynap Neath, the king of the fairies.
Okay.
And this was one of his creatures, and that she should not take its right to its death away from it. So I could understand, leaving the belief in fairies aside, I could understand that way of thinking. Having seen people that I love die and having seen the way that they die as well.
Give them their last moments.
To not deny someone that.
Yeah.
Especially when they tell me
awareness,
yeah,
isn't it?
and when you tell me that you're strong and I know that, and I know you would want the full human experience, the full
I wouldn't want it cut short, but I also don't think I'd want to be kept alive in a vegetative state forever. I'd be happy to take the machines away if it's really clear I'm gone.
I think
if they're like getting no brain activity, stuff like, what purpose is that? Like, let my organs go help people and shit.
Yeah, you can start to see that, and when you take yourself away from that as well, and like any sense that I would want to preserve the physical presence of you or something.
I think so. What we're saying is, while the consciousness is there, we honour the consciousness. But if not,
yeah.
And if the consciousness is there, hopefully, you know, which is eye blinking and all kinds of stuff.
So neither of us
Could
have
tell
told
our
that of
witches.
anything, but I think we both understand that an idea of what we would want.
Yeah.
Because I think about it in terms of like suffering dementia as well, and like, well, it's not as if you can make those kinds of medical decisions for a person. That's a whole other level, isn't it? If you were to sort of think about planned life and stuff.
Yeah.
But it makes me think about that for myself, and it wouldn't be so much my capacity to think well that I'd be afraid about, but my capacity to care well, and like the way, if I'd managed to build by that time that base of compassion for myself and other
So
people,
that
that I
even
could just be
everything-
like a happy idiot.
Yeah.
You know, that's me being a happy idiot.
Well, I mean, maybe that's some of the motivation at this stage of our life to keep going on these journeys. So
Yeah.
no matter what situation befalls us, sudden this or that, that our inner world feels like a safe and warm place to reside in, whatever changes around us, physiologically or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, who asked that question?
I asked the question.
I'm getting confused because we're having such a good shared. Okay, so I'm asking you now. What ingredients are in your perfect sandwich? I don't know anymore. I used to know quite well, I think.
My perfect sandwich would vary from time to time.
I like how seriously you're taking this question. Well, let's not be too hasty.
Well, yeah. This is being recorded for posterity. This is now going to be my perfect sandwich now. Right now I'm thinking of a meatball. A meatball sub.
Yep.
But it's annoying because I know that like there's some mornings where, and they are mornings where inspiration strikes, and I realize that I've got free will.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, this would be ideal. So whatever my sandwich would be, it would be well thought out. And it would be creative, and it would be not what you expect.
Of course.
But it would be perfect. It
Cool.
would be the ideal sandwich for that moment. And every aspect of it would be invested with love and plan and
Good.
and I might carry the recipe for the perfect sandwich round
Now that you know
in
your wallet.
my head.
Oh, in your head.
Like that's what I do with any kind of recipe that I'm going to attempt for a series of time.
Okay. So sandwiches are very important to you. I'm really sorry. I know that they are.
Sandwiches are very important to
I
me.
feel like we've treated this topic even more seriously than the funeral one.
Well, there's a reason that the questions are in the same deck.
Okay. So basically, I can't know, but there is always an ongoingly perfect sandwich, but it's changeable.
Of
Currently, it's
course.
meatball related.
Well, right now, but I know that that's just a stock choice. That's just an emergency. Like I could go and get that. But the ideal sandwich for me would probably have some kind of spring onion, some kind of cheese, some kind of homemade sauce, whether that's a series of condiments mixed, very good bread, of course. That's all I can say about that, truthfully.
That's more than I thought you'd say.
Yeah. I won't make you answer that one.
Good.
You're struggling to take that seriously,
I
obviously.
was, I'm so sorry.
Tell me about a time when you felt out of place.
Me? You know what I thought instantly with that? There's like a Maya Angelou quote, something about having freedom when you realise you belong no place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Every place, no place at all. The price
when
is
you
hard.
realise you
the
belong no
reward is
place,
great.
you realise you belong every
Every place. No
Yeah.
place at all.
Yeah.
The reward is high. No, the price is high, the reward is great.
Maya Angelou.
So, that feeling out of place feeling, I feel like I feel close to everything and everyone and apart from it by being true to who I am in any moment. And I kind of feel like I'm a bit out of sync with the current paradigms of society and community, with my life choices and my career choices and the way that I choose to friendship and relationship and all that kind of stuff. There's something beautiful that I love about that and that I connect with other people about and what I create, but there's an othering effect of that because I know I do it a lot more intentionally than not of people around me. And that means that I kind of feel that belonging, that sense of being part of a tribe, I don't get that same sense. I have little moments of it, but like I said, not feeling super close to my own family, not being part of a romantic unit. There's that feeling of like, I almost feel like my belonging comes through my ideas and concepts and values. Like my tribe is thought leaders and those are the people I relate to most. And then, so that sense of, whilst also knowing that I experience some higher levels of connection than like a lot of people do in their lives. Just in, like, even in our relationship, the level of connection we have is wonderful. So it's like, it's a strange one for me. It's those two things hand in hand. I feel both.
Yeah.
And depending on where I'm at in the journey, I might feel a little bit more one way or a little bit the other, but it kind of feels like they walk hand in hand to me on this journey, at least the stage I'm at now.
Well, you can know, and it can be part of your values that we are all in this together, and it's rise and fall, and there's a sense of solidarity in knowing that. But when other people don't know and don't behave as if that is the case, that's extremely alienating. Yeah. And holding on to that idea, it does mean that you belong with yourself. You belong within yourself.
Yeah. And you can find belonging with anyone as part of humanity anywhere if you're kind of open to that connection.
Yeah.
Did you have an answer to that, or did you want to answer that?
Tell me about a time when you felt out of place. Yeah, it's at all times, like throughout the day, or for extended periods of days at a time, and then not. But I can compare that to the first 25, 29 years of my life, when I felt completely out of place the whole time. I didn't know that there was a place for me. I didn't know what it was to feel in place.
So now you can feel it because it's when you're not there. There's a comparison.
Yeah. Now I have the experience of feeling out of place sometimes because fundamentally I feel in place. Like you're describing. Not perhaps as in place or as often in place as I feel like I could be or I would want to be. But I've felt out of place for the first 29 years of my life. And that's absolutely horrifying when you look back on it, because that's out of place within yourself.
Mm.
And that's like, there's no chance of belonging then. So it's out of place fundamentally with other people when they're offering you a place. It's out of place on your own, feeling as if you should be in place.
Mm.
It's a fundamental estrangement to yourself. And that's what kind of abandonment is, I think. Self-abandonment. Generally not, no.
Mm.
You know, the thought threatens from time to time, and I feel myself like lacking a social life or wishing it was different, but it's not the same self-attack that's involved in that other feeling.
And it's not, you know, there's something to return to because you've got an experience of it.
Yeah. And then it makes me think that there's a sort of spiritual aspect that walks in there. That, to be fair, did walk in for me within that 29 years, but that was still being estranged from people. Like I could feel a place in the universe. I could feel like I was a vital part of the universe. And I couldn't be burnt out of existence. But I didn't feel what that meant to me in place in my relationships and with my relationship with myself, just as a human, as opposed to some vital morsel or universal cog, however small.
Okay. Do you feel you've said enough on that?
Yeah.
Gone deep, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to remember who pours the water now.
Oh, we're both answering the questions, but symbolically, you asked me the question. So now I'm asking you. Yes, because you were the sow match last time. So I feel like I know the answer that I think you know what I would call you, but I'd interested to know what you would call yourself. So if you could be any animal, what would it be? And what would you like most about being that animal?
Right now, I'm really grateful that I'm a human, because I can imagine being so many animals and I can't settle on one animal.
Okay, but so like for a day, so you can still come back to being a human.
Can I keep my human consciousness?
Given the game, you can define the parameters.
Yeah, I think I would like to be a bird. Because of the way that I would so fundamentally experience my surroundings differently.
Yeah.
And like geography and my sense of freedom and what I could do. I'd like to be able to assess that like from within a human framework. Because it's less easy to imagine the way that other animals' experiences are different. You know, one other animal may be able to see more clearly or not, or to see different things. It probably would be interesting to experience the way that dogs experience smell. But I think, yeah, I'd be a bird. What were you thinking when you read that?
I thought you'd be.
Yeah.
A bird. Because you raised birds, crows, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And birds are just a bit of a theme for you. You draw them, yeah.
I guess so, yeah. What animal would you be?
I don't know, actually. there's not many experiences that I envy. I think just like if you went in any direction, like a fish and swimming water, would that be the flying? Because like if you're an insect, you'd have a completely different version of reality. Like that would be weird because your whole priorities and your way you moved and everything would be completely different. So if I wanted something like that was starkly different as a new experience, I might go for something that was like completely different from me. I don't know, like boringly, I went for like tiger or something, but that's just because I've probably got red hair and I've always associated myself with like cats and lions and stuff like that. But I don't know if I'd actually want to spend a day in their life doing what they do. I actually think I'd quite like being something small. Like I quite liked borrowers when I was a kid. And you know, all the way like you can live in the small spaces and create little miniature worlds out of things. And there's actually a lot of spaces and spots and nooks and crannies when you're tiny. So maybe I'd enjoy being something small for a little while. If it was just for a day, like to go and experience like the micro in the world, but everything be like, wow, there's a jungle here, you know, like just a little mouse running around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes me grateful to be human.
I know, it's quite nice being a human. We've got a lot going for us. Thank you, Paul.
If you could become an expert in any topic or activity, what would it be?
Wow. If I could answer that question, actually, I think my whole life would be sorted. I think I've been hovering around a set of topics for a really long time. The people that I admire, which you know every single one of them, because I talk to you about them all the time. You know, there's something about the interdisciplinariness of what it means to be a happy and healthy human in this world. You know, like being an expert in flourishing, essentially, but also in the messiness of what we need to do within ourselves, within our lives, within our relationships, to actually be capable, to build our capacity to love and be fully and reach our potential. And so I look at therapy, I look at counselling, I look at coaching, I look at philosophy, I look at group dynamics. So yeah, building services that allow people to go through journeys. So I guess my expertise, I'd want to be someone who could create environments and experiences that allow people to grow and reach their potential in whatever that is. By potential, I don't mean like in an academic or success way, but like becoming the best versions of themselves for themselves so that they can experience their own depth of love, compassion, intellect. Because I think whenever I help people, whether that be as a coach, as a friend, in a therapeutic way, one-to-one, in a group, overcome challenges using whether it is our relationship or a tool or a perspective or an idea, just seeing that person overcome that hurdle and see that new perspective that they can sit with themselves, or that new capacity that they can use in their life. And you can feel that can shift a trajectory for a person, that like, oh gosh, they've got this world that they can now inhabit that's so much more rich and full than what it was before, because they now have the tools to do it and to keep doing it, hopefully, as well. I'd want to be doing that all the time and getting better at doing that and working with all the experts doing that in a big old interdisciplinary team. I think
you'd be an expert in human growth.
I guess so, yeah. Human growth and development. Yeah.
And what area within human growth and development do you think is your next focus, your next area of expertise?
I like the idea of collective growth together. So like, how can we best do that? Not just in romantic relationships, like couples therapy, don't we? Or we have family therapy, community level work. How do we learn together the skills, the tools, individually and together, that can allow us to grow stronger communities and networks of independence safely, to know what safety is, to be able to do this work, I think, outside of the therapy room and collectively together, and have groups of people doing that. Because I kind of feel like I haven't seen it done yet, and I don't see it available to me in the way that I want to experiment with people. So I'd love to explore that more, to create spaces and environments for people to build deeper, meaningful connections based on growth, but then see what happens. I think that's the thing, because you can't dictate where that's going to go.
You could keep asking the question, couldn't you? Because there's so many skills within that, within the idea of just human growth, and then within the idea of groups and the potential for human growth and community through that.
It could be careers, it could be relationships, family, parenting. You can start to kind of branch out, can't you, into whatever makes for a meaningful life. I come back to like Rogerian, person-centered, flourishing stuff quite a lot as a baseline. But yeah, I'm very interdisciplinary, so I think that's the thing. I'd want to holistically serve a community and fill those niches together, but we'd identify what they were as we got a certain skill set or a capacity or an understanding. We could together work out what came next.
Yeah. So that's what you'd become an expert in.
Yeah.
As
human
a topic,
growth and flourishing.
as a topic or an activity.
Collectively.
Yeah. Human growth and flourishing
I'll go set up
collectively.
the institute next week.
Yeah.
What about you?
Human Growth Institute. I'd become an expert in my own phenomenology.
Ooh, yeah.
I would like to instantly be able to know and access the way that I think, feel, the nature of the relationships in my life as I see them within myself.
So a self-expert.
Yeah. I'd just like to be able to just know that instantly, be able to bear the pain of looking at any area of that.
I have the courage
so that I
to
could
do
know
it
it completely. It would save me a lot of time.
Sufficient.
Yeah, it would save me a lot of time and pain.
Okay.
I wonder what it would cost me to be able to access that instantly. I think it would be hard because it's so often changing.
Yeah.
You're like trying to hold water in my hands.
Yeah. I imagine being an expert in it, and there would also come a skill of being able to hold it. Not just know it, but understand it and hold it well.
Yeah. Yeah. Things fold out like that, don't they? When we're
That's cool to know
these...
each other's trajectory. So yours is kind of a more internal orientation, and mine's got that more external framework.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, yeah. You asked me. Okay. You just stubbed your toe on a table leg. What do you scream out?
Bastard.
I'd say that's true.
How about you?
Mine normally go.
Yeah, you do
It
that.
just make like a little whiny noise. There's often not very many explicatives in those moments for me.
Kurt, this is a thoughtful, funny and silly question.
Go on.
Using all your senses, describe a place where you always feel calm.
Always feel calm. I don't know if there's anywhere I always feel calm. Because that's kind of a state that I take with me. There's places I feel more calm than not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've had a lot of calm. Two places are coming to mind. And I'm realizing as places, they're setups. They both involve coffee, unsurprisingly. So one of them's my bedroom in the morning when the sunlight's coming in and I'm watching little birds go to the bird feeder and I've got music playing and I've got a book out and I've got my journal and I've got coffee and there's kind of this delighted feeling because like when I'm sat there and able to really enjoy it, it kind of means everything else in my life's a bit taken care of because I'm not rushing and I've not got anything taking me out of the moment. So if I'm fully there appreciating, I'm warm in my bed, I've got the heat of my coffee, I'm savouring the taste, I've bought nice quality coffee so I get to really enjoy it. I've got the headspace to read my book. There's bird seed in the thing, so I'm watching the birds come out and I'm like, oh, life is good. But then I also have that similar feeling doing pretty much the same thing, sitting in a cafe next to the window watching the world go by. So I quite like liminal spaces where I'm like, I've got everything I need. I might have like a book, a journal, something I'm working on, my origami that I like to do. Like I've got everything there that I could need interest-wise. I've got coffee, potentially food available if I'm in a cafe as well. And just kind of that, I guess, I like being contained enough, but then still having access to the outside world going by. I quite like the first floor feeling or the sitting up on a slightly higher table and being able to kind of see out and kind of be part of, but also not part of the world.
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I feel
quite calm and quite serene, and I have lots of little daydreams, and get to see lots of little moments in cafes and stuff. I always love like where you get to see, I don't know, like a couple kiss on the corner and it's just adorable, or like a dog and two dogs meeting each other and they're having a great time, or I don't know, you get to see these little moments, don't you? Yeah. And like you realize if you're just like in yourself or overthinking, like you wouldn't notice it, but when you're in that position, everything just starts to look special in the mundane, and you get to actually take it in. So for me, that's how I know I'm calm, because I'm in those spaces doing those things.
That makes sense.
And then I'm like, oh. So it's not that I'm always calm, because sometimes it can be a bit like in my own head and not, but it often helps me get there.
Yeah, and you describe the feeling of being calm and the environment that can lend itself to that when you can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I am actually interested to know that for you, though. That would be I want to know about you.
Well, I like being raised above street level and a big window there that I can see people on.
Okay.
The office space that I rent has a kitchen space with big windows, and you can see out onto a corner, and you can see the school kids and their relationships of a morning. It's the same kids week to week, and that gives me a sense of continuity and wondering about them and feeling happy and grateful to be in that space myself. Or the other place is another one of my spaces that I rent to do therapy, where I quite like being between the couch and the radiator and just lying there with a blanket.
I remember you telling me that when you got the space. You're like, it's a little spot that's just contained. Yeah,
I don't know why I like it so much, but I guess it's a really odd, weird spot that speaks to a part of me. But yeah, so I prefer it in a way to my bed or something like that. I guess it's still like I'm still there with my whole self in that spot, like, because I'm still in that sort of therapist mindset, but I'm grabbing some moments to nurture myself. So I'm not like ever fully feeling defeated or depressed in that place.
Yeah.
Where I might be in other places where I absolutely need that nurture and need that space to feel safe. The other place is a made up place.
Oh, go on.
which is just being alone on a sunny day next to quite a fast flowing stream. Just being in the sun there with having nothing to do.
I quite like how I was aligned a little bit though. You made me think I also like my sofa as well. For my cozy feeling I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah. Or a pub garden on a sunny afternoon with friends.
Yeah. It's the signal, isn't it? Like everything's okay.
Yeah.
But also kind of like socially you don't have to perform in any, not perform, but you know what I mean? Like there's no one else to consider in that you're just calm because there's just ease.
Absolutely.
I like that question. It's
Yeah.
made me think that I have a lot more of those places than I realised.
Can I invite you, because we're coming a little close to the end, if you want to go through and actually look at the questions and maybe pick one or two specifically that you want to ask.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And we'll grab a few. Oh, these are so good. I want to answer all of them. These are great questions just to reflect, like a journal prompt.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the ways that I encourage people to use them, because you don't necessarily have to do it with somebody.
Oh, I really like the idea of like a daily journal or thought to sit with. How many cards are in this pack?
So that one's $199.
Great.
And then there are smaller ones that are like specific to like, well, it's basically like death or legacy or the current ones. And those are like smaller ones.
I want to know all of them, Chris. Which is a nice feeling. I'd like to know how you feel about all of these things. Have you ever had an enemy? I'm just like imagining like Mr. Burns, like Simpsons style stuff. I actually want all the ones that tell me something deep. Oh, okay. I think I've got a couple. We'll see how far we get through them. Have you got a couple?
Yep.
Who was asking last? Did I pour water last?
You poured water. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to go?
Yeah. What was your favourite toy growing up?
Oh my god, my favourite toy growing up. Oh, wow. That's a good question as well, isn't it? I had loads, but I'll just tell you the first one that came into my mind because. So I remember having a miniature post office set up. I don't know why I loved it as much as I did. But like you could put the letters in the post box and then as the post office person processed them, there was stamps, it was all the little, it was like, in a way, it was like a functional post office. I love a good functional toy. I hate anything that has, like the pretend.
What age were you when you were playing with this?
I think I was probably quite young. Probably, I imagine like 5 or 6, that must have been. It's that kind of age toy, isn't it? It's not like a kid with, yeah, must have been little. But I think I just really liked that they were like, I could write things, I could put them in the letter, I could post them, then I could be the post person. And it was like, I like processing things, I'm a process person. I think I really enjoyed that.
That's cute. I like imagining you like that. I like imagining little you.
Yeah.
And all the sort of organising and playing all the different roles. I can recognise it.
Awesome. You asked me, wait. Wait. No, we're getting this wrong. You've asked me. I meant to pour.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember.
We're getting out of sync now, aren't we? Okay. What was the last time you made yourself proud?
Um, the last time I felt really proud of myself is when I knew that I had to be honest about something that I knew would destroy my life, really, as it existed in that moment. Because it was about showing up honestly in a relationship. And it was the last time when I felt so deeply guilty, but also like I knew so deeply what the right thing to do was. And it wasn't a matter of like brushing over it or agreeing never to do it again, or sort of he said, she said, and like it was just very clear that I was in the wrong, and to do the right thing here would mean changing something within myself. And as painful as it was to sit in that wrong feeling, having done wrong and feeling guilt like that, was as proud as I was to stand up and say, no, this is what I've done, this is who I've been, and I don't want to be this person anymore. And that was the last time I did something that I was really proud of. I've done lots of little things since then that are about showing up in a similar way and being proud of myself, but that's the last time I really felt palpably proud, and that's the time that comes to mind.
Great. I'm going to pour the water. I'm enjoying knowing these things about you.
You 5 years from now suddenly appears. What would they tell you to start and stop doing right this second?
Oh, initially I'd imagine she'd have like creeped out and gone, hello, and I'd be like, hi. So, what would she tell me to do? Eat well and keep going with all my pole stuff. Like, go for it, like big time, because you're gonna really be badass. I think don't settle in anything. Like, you are on your path, just keep going. Don't worry, it's not all gonna work out. Like, kind of just encourage me, I think, to keep growing and not to give up, not to go into the what's going to happen next phase, but enjoy the process. Like, enjoy every moment of your life. Like, don't wish it away or think the worst. Just kind of, because I think I wouldn't want to ruin for myself what was coming. Yeah. Because I'd want her to enjoy that ride and going with it. But I'd hope she'd have a look on her face like, you're going to be glad you're me. Because I'm still glad I'm me. From if I went back to tell me 5 years ago, I'm still glad I am who I am today. So I think I'd still feel that way in 5 years from now, but I wouldn't want to ruin the ride. I think I just want to give myself hope that I could still be someone I wanted to be, and I'd see that in her face and be encouraged by that. That I still want to be that person, and she's proud of the person I am today too.
So keep doing what you're doing then,
just
really?
Keep doing what you're doing. Oh, the bit I was like, is because at the moment I've been literally the last week or two, been eating a lot more like chocolate and chips and stuff, and I'm like, that's not really how I want to live. I know that, and I've been like almost waiting for an external sign to be like, and I realised that me from 5 years would be like, come on, we got shit we want to do with that body, like mountains we want to climb and stuff. Let's look after it as best we can. Yeah, that's the only little tweak in the back of my mind to what I'm doing now. Otherwise, everything else I think I'm doing quite well on.
On the whole, yeah.
Yeah, even that, just.
Yeah. It would be a case of like how long a period of time future you was looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that answer.
I think that's going to be your last question, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
So you can make a choice with your water.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry, yeah. Oh, I got other ones? Can I give you 2 to choose from?
Yeah.
Because I can't really decide. So one's about your past that I'd be interested in. So of these 2, whichever one appeals to you. So if you could go back in time and deliver one message to someone, who would it be and what would you tell them? A little bit like what you just did for me with that one. Or you get to relive one day from your past over again. Tell me about that day.
Ah, similar.
So one's kind of what would you tell someone else? Yeah, to deliver to someone, not necessarily yourself. And the other one, which day would you relive? Do either of those appeal? I wanted to ask both of them, so
well, they're both about the past.
Yeah.
And I find it, I guess, difficult and painful to think about going to the past because it literally can't be changed. And I don't think that I would want it to change. So I guess I've got to go to the idea of reliving a memory from the past.
Okay.
Reliving a day.
Are there any that stand out to you that?
Well, in a way, the ones that I already regularly relive.
For
example, there was a day when I was in university and we went to the beach and we went to the woods and we were drinking some drinks and eating barbecues and looking out from a little cliff top near the woods and playing on the beach and being in a big group of people who I felt close enough to at that time, and then going to a party together that evening.
Kind of one of those like perfect-ish days where it all just kind of works.
Yeah. But I think that to delve deeper into the question, it would be easier or better. Like, I was already living happily in the moment then. And I don't think I would need me there living that time again. I think that I'd go to a time that was really hard for me.
I don't think you have to necessarily go to be with yourself. It'd just be to have the experience.
To have the experience again.
Yeah, what would you give yourself? I suppose give yourself one way or the other.
Let's see the wording of the
relive.
question.
You'd have to relive it.
You get to relive one day from your past over again.
I mean, that sounds like a good day.
About that day. That was a good day.
Like a nice day, like a day that just filled you up.
Yeah.
It's as good as any other.
I'm going to choose that day. Yeah.
Great. You're done.